McFucking-rib.
So the McRib is returning tomorrow?
Yep. Yep, the McRib's back tomorrow, baby.
That's
I'll
fucking
take
sweet.
this Halloween day to bring it back the McRib.
You know,
I'm
I
so.
actually I can't stand the McRib.
You don't like the McRib?
No, I was so excited to try it, like because
That's
I
real?
yeah I tried it once and it was like the nastiest thing I think I've ever had.
Wow. I, 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 I think I've only ever heard one other person say they don't like the McRib. I'm trying to remember who it is, but I can't remember who it is. But like that's a pretty hot take because most people are fans.
Really?
Yeah.
I figure there's a reason why it's seasonal, or or
It's probably expensive to make for how cheap they sell it, but I mean like the reason it's seasonal I think as well is because it makes a lot more demand for it so that when it does show up again randomly, it's just like it sells shitloads.
that's true. But like they do it year round in other countries.
They do it year round and here most of the time. We don't we've only missed like a few years.
Really? Is that what it is? So like they
Yeah.
do it year
It's
round, but
usually
then they
it's
stop it for a
usually
year?
um around Thanksgiving is when we get it back. But every now and then in the US we don't get it. But it's like totally random.
Interesting. That's so strange. Like I
I'm
feel
sure some of it probably has to do with supply. Like there's a lot of like Taco Bell like items that just don't exist in the US anymore, but you can get them anywhere else.
wait, like what?
The volcano taco and burrito,
What's that one?
miss those so much. It's just like kind of what like the spicy nacho cheese taco was, like the Dorito like spicy one.
Mm.
Basically that, but they have this thing that they add to it called volcano sauce. And
What's
the
up?
volcano sauce was just this like spicy sauce, spicy cheese sauce they used to put in it. That's so good.
Wait, I think they have that now. I think they have it for like the nachos.
Oh no, they have the jalapeno cheese, not the. I know what you're talking about because I actually had it the other day. the
I
the uh, the fries, the nacho fries, like spicy sauce that they have. It's not the same one.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I literally just got into Taco Bell for the first time like this month.
I am a connoisseur of Taco Bell,
Like I've had the Doritos Locos Taco before, but like
which is it's yummy, but like the volcano taco was unbeatable. And like the original like hard shell that was the um like the original version of the Dorito taco was the volcano taco, and it was just a spicy shell, like kind of similar to how it is now, just spicy though. So fucking good, and somehow crunchier.
you know what's kind of changed my life though is the chalupa.
Oh, chalupas are so good.
It's so perfect. Like you don't have to choose between a hard taco or a soft taco.
Yeah, you just get both, or Crunchwrap Supremes.
Crunch wraps are good.
I mean, they're like everyone loves the crunch wrap. You can't really go wrong with it. Um, my go-to, what I always order, and every time I get Taco Bell, I get four of them. Um, is just it's called like the Chipotle chicken. Um, God, you think I know what it's called? It's like the Chipotle chicken roll up or something like that, and
Oh,
it's
like the
literally
cheesy roll ups.
yeah, it's like the cheesy roll up, but they put like a spicy Chipotle sauce in it and chicken.
That sounds good. I feel like
It's
half the shit
so
on the Taco Bell
it's
menu.
so good, and they're only like 250 each. So I just get four of them, and it's like $10, and I'm like, I hate this fuck.
I feel like the Taco Bell menu is so much larger than you think it is. Like I feel like half the shit that people are eating isn't even like listed on the menu.
Oh
I
yeah, I mean the stuff I mention is, but yeah, half the time is you can just kind of order whatever. They're like, okay, we used to have that. I think we still do.
yeah, they're like, let's see if we have the ingredients in the back or something.
I think you can kind of do that at a lot of fast food places, though. Like, if they have it, they'll make it for you.
Mm.
Because it's not like any of these things are especially difficult to make.
No. Although I don't know, Taco Bell recipes seem
They're definitely more
complicated.
than like McDonald's like patty and cheese.
Yeah, like it's like, what if like the quesarito, right? Like I want to try that. That's the next thing for me to try. But it just seems a little like
I love the
you make a
quesarito.
quesadilla, then you roll it up into a burrito. It just sounds a little extra, you know?
Quesaritos are so good. I mean, just the really put this sauce in them that's good.
Now what's the thing that they have there that's kind of like a gyro? I
I'm trying to remember what a gyro looks like.
It's like it's the pita bread with like meat in it.
I've had gyros. Oh, the chalupa's kind of that, but of course not exactly the same. I get them a lot as well. I know what you're talking about. I get them because I like them. They're yummy. I love
Yeah,
that.
it's a different bread than the chalupa.
Oh, is it the? No. Okay, so there's the gordita crunch, which is both breads, and then there's the chalupa, which is just the thick soft bread. I think.
No, there's like two different breads because like I thought I was eating a chalupa. I had like one of their cravings boxes, and there was something in it that just straight up tasted like a chicken gyro. But
That might have been the gordita.
the gordita.
It's one or the other. Like the way that I'm thinking of it is like one of them is. Let me just look right now.
Because the chalupa was definitely fried, like the bread was fried, or something. It was like oily. The bread on whatever this was wasn't oily. It was just like a flatbread.
A taco or a hard shell in the middle.
A what?
The gordita has both the soft shell and hard shell taco. The chalupa is just the thick soft shell taco.
Oh, it's a thick soft shell. That's what it is.
Yeah, and it's like it is like it does kind of look fried, but that's what you're talking about. That kind of tastes like a gyro.
Yeah, that thing's really good too. Like
So
it.
good. I never order them because I don't think about it, but I get the cravings box often, so I get one. They're so good.
They're so good, and they honestly feel healthy to eat, at least in
That's what I was-
comparison.
Okay, I didn't want to say it out loud because it was just like this is like I'm just tweaking, bro. But like they kind of taste healthy,
Right? Like it's.
and like and on top of that, like for how thick they look, they're light. Like you can throw a couple of those back pretty easily.
Yeah, and you don't feel bloated after them either. It's like you don't feel like you just ate a bunch of fucking grease, you know?
Uh-huh. It's
And
just whatever way they cook that uh the the shell in, they just do really well.
it's super fucking good. You know what else was super good? The FNAF movie.
Yeah, you liked it?
I really liked it. It was super good. I wasn't expecting to like it a whole lot because I was hearing like a lot of mixed reviews online,
Uh-huh. Really?
but I liked it.
I've heard mostly good things.
Interesting. I heard some people say that they really didn't like it. Like I think people were expecting a little bit more of like the horror out of it, if that makes sense.
Is it not really that as much? I
I
haven't
mean,
really
it,
read much into it yet.
it was. I mean, I thought it was kind of creepy. You know, it's like it's like as scary as the game is, I'd say. Like
Yeah.
it focused on jump scares, right? And then just kind of like creep out little bits. It wasn't like terrifying though. It's a PG-13 movie. It's and like there wasn't. I think people wanted there to be more gore or something, but there wasn't really any gore.
How's Josh Hutcherson in it?
Which one is he?
I think he was playing the security guard, like the main guy.
Oh, yeah, he was great. I mean, all the actors were great.
I haven't seen him in a movie recently, so I just wasn't sure if he was like if he did a good job or not.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with him going into it.
The guy from the Hunger Games, you're not familiar with him? PETA? The guy that plays PETA?
Oh, is that him? I mean,
Yeah.
if,
Or the guy from Oh, what is that fucking show called? Oh, I can't think of it. It's like Infinity Man or something like that.
Omni Man,
No, not Omni Man.
The
It's
Boys,
a live action show
The Boys.
that came out. No, it came out like a couple years ago originally,
What?
all the way up to season 3 on Hulu. Why can't I think of what it's called?
Well, what's his name? Let me just look it up.
Josh Hutcherson?
Josh Hutcherson filmography, or I guess it would be a TV show, right?
Yeah.
57 seconds. No. Uh,
I don't know, it's in 57 seconds.
yeah, I think he's right on the cover with.
That's hilarious.
Wait, yeah, I think so. Yeah, him and uh, the guy with the voice.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, yes. Morgan Freeman. Ultraman. Ultraman?
I think so. That sounds right. I don't know why I can't. I don't know why that doesn't ring a bell because I've watched the whole thing like a couple times.
Yeah, like based off of the Japanese anime, right? Like, yeah.
That's Omni-Man.
No, Ultraman is Japanese too.
Really?
Yeah. Let me double. Yeah, Ultraman, Japanese media franchise.
Oh,
It's like
shit.
it's not anime actually. It's a mecha show.
Wait, is that the one with Josh Hutcherson though?
Yeah, it says that he was in it. He was in Ultraman on Netflix from 2019 to 2023.
Okay, that's not the one I'm talking about.
Future Man,
Future Man, that's the one.
with Seth Rogen.
Yeah, that show is really fucking good. If you haven't seen that, that one's really, really worth the watch. Just because it's hilarious.
What's it about?
Josh Hutcherson, a video game nerd, traveling through time with two sadistic people.
No, it sounds pretty good.
It's
Uh,
pretty funny.
I've been looking for a new TV show, so maybe Future Man is gonna be that.
Oh yeah, it's just dumb entertaining. Like the story is not good at all. It's just like for like the dumb jokes and shit.
I mean, I feel like anything with Seth Rogen in it is basically that.
Yeah, I'm sure that was kind of the point. It's that what do they call them? The frat pack? Seth Rogen, James Franco.
Is that what they?
That-
That's a great name. I didn't know that people called him that. The Frat
I
Pack.
I think that's what they called themselves.
Oh. I see. It's a little bit lamer if they're calling themselves that.
Yeah, it's just that group from like
This
I
is
don't
the
know.
end.
This is the end. Yeah, the Neighbors movie, um, the Sausage Party.
They're a good group. They really are.
And they actually make some pretty good stuff too. Like surprisingly, like a lot of it's written pretty decently.
Yeah. Did they do the Room movie too?
Oh yeah, they did.
That one was really good. I really liked that one.
The Tommy Wiseau reboot.
Yeah, it was so fucking. It was so fucking good. I want to go to like a live screening of The Room. Like, have you seen like
Yeah, where they do like the big like meet and greet room live screenings. I want to do that as well.
yeah, right? Because like they have like so many rituals like that it really is like a cult classic. They have rituals when it comes to the movie. Like when Spoon I think we talked about this?
The Room? No, I'm not sure.
Like when these like screenings happen, like when certain things appear on screens, everybody in the audience will say the same thing at the same time. Like if Spoons like so in the background of the movie, right? Like they have like picture frames that they never changed the picture out for. So like some of them have like spoons in the picture frame, just random shit. They never actually like set up the set design, if that makes sense.
Oh, wonderful.
And so when like spoons appear on the screen, people will bring spoons to the theater to rattle around whenever they see spoons.
That's funny.
Like shit like that. Or like when they see water, they all say water. Something like that.
That's me when I watch movies, except it's just because I'm retarded.
You're like, spoons, spoons. Dude, they have spoons. Yes, chillin'. They have spoons.
Yes, Dylan, they have spoons. Put your spoons away. You're gonna get us kicked out again.
Rattling them.
Mom.
Mom, I like spoons.
Mom, is my spoons. Dude, I gotta show off my spoons.
Dude, you have to, man. You have to. You have some cool spoons.
Thanks. So, okay.
Yeah.
So I went to a Halloween party on Saturday.
Nice.
This costume is like, it's a pretty good one. I was Barbara. I went as Barbara from the Barbara movie.
What's a Barbara movie?
You know, the really famous movie with Ryan Gosling and Margot Robert, the Barbara movie.
No.
Barbie.
Oh, Barbie. Oh, so you went as Barbie?
Yeah. I dressed up as Barbie, and
Okay.
I spent like $800 on my costume.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, so it was like kind of all out type beat.
Did you post any photos?
Not on Snapchat and my Instagram story, but not actually like on anywhere. I have the photos of when I first put the costume on.
Yeah, bro. $800 on a costume. You know how much I spent? 15. But anyway, continue.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I went out and like it wasn't like a party. It was like I was at a pub and like they were like, you should come back in like a couple hours. We're having a private party and we want you to be here. I was like, oh shit, I gotta go get
A costume.
I went to this vintage antique store and spent $800 on like pink bell-bottom jeans, this like really nice like pink like bomber jacket, really tall like 8-inch high heel go-go boots, and a wig.
So you did that all last minute?
Yeah.
Fucking way that you spent $800 on a costume last minute.
It was totally worth it.
Who was it?
Yeah, people were just taking oh, and a cowboy hat, of course,
Oh, of course.
because I was Cowboy Barbie.
Of course.
They
That's
were
a
just
go-to.
taking pictures of me left and right, and like it was so fucking funny. They was walking up to me and they're like, "Can we get a photo of you?" And I was like, "Sure."
You know what? I'm kind of surprised. Like, I went out for Halloween too, and I did not see anybody wearing a Barbie costume. Not a
I
single.
saw surprisingly less people than I was expecting.
I was
It's such a
expecting everyone to do it.
costume to do.
Right? Like that. Like everybody did Harley Quinn. Like I expected the same thing for fucking Barbie.
Yeah, and yeah, it's just such an easy costume.
Right? I mean, you
I
don't.
mean, I only spent $800. But
Yes.
like, if I had planned ahead, putting together a pink outfit would not have been hard.
No, you could have did Forever 21 and just called it a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I spent I had already spent that whole day drinking. This was Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
so it was already like sufficiently buzzed before I even got to the party. And then I get to the party and people just start feeding me shots because they love my outfit. They're like, take this shot with us. We need shots with Barbie, and they're like recording it and everything. And I'm just like, please don't post it anywhere. If my boss sees this, I'll get fired. But I know I left before like 10:30. Like I wasn't even there super late. But oh my god, dude! Apparently on my way home, I got a pizza, dropped it before I made it into my apartment. Picked it all up and then dropped it again when I got into my apartment.
Oh no.
And then the sheer amount of times I tripped, because I mean, like I'm not good at heels. I don't know how to wear heels.
I mean, obviously.
The sheer amount of times I tripped, oh my god, my knees are so bruised and bloody. It's actually absurd.
Why didn't you just take them off to walk home?
Because it was for the bit.
I guess
I had to
so.
make sure I walked all the way home.
Damn, bro. So how do you find out that you did that?
That I tripped a million times?
Yeah.
Because my knees are my knees are just bruised and bloody as fuck. They're covered in scabs.
But how'd you find out about the pizza?
Oh, because there's evidence all over like the hallway floor, and when I woke up on Sunday morning, the pizza was just on the ground.
You didn't even pick it back up.
I made it into my apartment, took off all my clothes, and went to bed. Like the trail from the door to like my bed, like of the Barbie outfit, was just hilarious looking.
So it's like a pizza on the floor, like some fucking go-go boots, and then like the
Some
rest of the
go-go
shit.
boots, some pants, a wig, a hat, a bomber jacket, underwear, because I decided to sleep naked. And my keys are missing. I lost my keys.
It sounds like some kinky shit went down. Like,
I'm curious to if like I had sex. Like I'm curious.
right? I mean, maybe. Although I feel like the food would have made its way over to the bed if that happened.
Yeah, if there was sex happening, the food might have made it a little bit closer.
Right? A little bit.
Um,
So did you get sick?
yeah, and lost my keys. Yeah, they spent all of Sunday just in like a comatose hangover.
Oof.
But um, lost my keys, so I've been Ubering to work. Ubered to and from work today.
Oh.
And my keys have my key fob on them, so I can't get into my apartment complex. And they don't have like their like little like call box isn't set up properly, so I can't call my own phone and like ping myself in.
So
So I
what do you
literally
do?
spent an hour sitting outside the door today waiting for someone to show up. It would have been different if the leasing office wasn't closed today, but for some reason they decided that on Monday they were going to close.
You know, my leasing office is the same way. They're closed on Sundays and Mondays. Why is that? Is that just a thing for leasing offices?
Maybe it is.
Like they told me straight up at the beginning because like I was asking about like guest parking, and
Uh-huh.
like we don't have that. All we have is like new resident parking, and we're allowed to
Yeah,
use it
we don't have
whenever.
either. You gotta fucking love it, dude.
Yeah, it's great, especially because there's no street parking by my
Mm.
apartment at all.
Well, and, like in the busy places we live in, you'll never find street parking. Like I'd never have it available either. There's literally like an ambulance that has like almost a dedicated street parking spot because it's just always there. And it's like a repurposed ambulance. It's not like someone just forgot their ambulance there. It's like this guy that lives in my complex that has an ambulance.
What the?
Um,
Who buys an
I don't
ambulance?
know. I'm super curious about it.
Especially to
It's like
street
I've
park
seen
it.
the inside of it, and it's just like empty.
So, especially just to street park it, just seems really odd. Because, like, you know, you figure if you're buying, like, a car like that, for some reason, you have, like, a driveway or garage
Uh huh.
for it. Just leaving it on this, like, because it's definitely just something he bought because he thought, oh, that's cool, right? But then you store it on the street. I don't know. I feel like even if it's your car, right? Like, if you're leaving it on the street 24/7, it's kind of like not really yours anymore. It is, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah. It's like, what's the point?
Yeah, what's the point? It's just,
And it's not like he's ever really using it either, because it just never really moves.
you know, I feel like there's just a lot of cars like that in LA or any big city where they just live on like the parking spot because they never want to lose the parking spot. And it's so stupid.
It's weird as fuck, yeah.
It's like you don't drive it anywhere, you just leave it there forever. You spend like $30,000 to take up
Yeah.
a parking spot on the street.
Yeah, but so I just can't even get into my apartment right now. I'm pretty sure the leasing office has my keys. My assumption is that I dropped them either right outside my apartment when I dropped my pizza at the front door, and like dropped them there because the only reason I'm suspecting that is because I wouldn't have made it back into my complex without them, unless someone let me in. I don't remember, but I wouldn't have made it back in without them. So I had to have had them still on me.
How did you make it into your unit? Do you have like a door code?
It's a door code. I can also unlock it with my phone remotely, which is really cool.
That is super cool.
Like I don't even have to be like on the Wi-Fi or like near home or anything. I can just unlock it remotely from like a different state.
So it's kind of
It's
like
just,
a tap.
but I can't get into the actual complex is the issue.
That's
It's one of those doors that like it needs a code. Like
mm,
I input a code to get in.
yeah, like my door.
Yeah. So I don't really need it. I don't even have a key for it. I just have a key for the complex.
That makes sense. It's kind of interesting though that they like implemented that with the regular doors, but they didn't do that for the complex. Like, how do you have like that high tech of a, door entry device, but you don't even have a
Yeah.
working call box?
Yeah, like that's and I've said something about it multiple times. It's like a common complaint on our like community chat board is like please fix the call box. Like we have guests coming over. It's really annoying going down 8 floors just to get them every single time. Slash like I can't even hire a dog sitter. Like if I have like if my mom came to visit one day, and she was going to my apartment to stay there for the night, and she couldn't get in until I got home from work, and she got there at like 11. I don't get home until like 5.
Oh, so she just had to hang out.
She was just in the leasing office, and I called them like 3 times. I was like, "That's my mom. Can you just like send her up the elevator to the second floor so she can get into my apartment? She knows the code."
Yeah, then
And they
wouldn't let
were,
her go.
yeah, it's just so fucking annoying.
Sounds super fucking annoying. So the
Like,
leasing office basically just held her hostage there.
yeah, they just were being shitty. And that's one of those things that's just like, yeah, like they could have just managed that on their own, like send her up, follow her to the apartment. If she knows the code, let her in. If she doesn't, escort her back out.
Right? Like, what do they do if like a delivery guy comes up? Like,
Oh, they just make them suffer basically.
really? So they don't
Yeah.
get to come up to your door?
I don't know how it works because I've had a lot of Amazon packages delivered right to my door.
Yeah,
And I
that's
don't know if they have a code
I
because I've had them delivered right to my door or if they just stand out there outside the door until someone opens it.
I bet you they do. I think I've seen them do that at my complex. I don't really know how that works. At least for me, I give them the door code, but that clearly doesn't work at your complex where
I
they
don't
need
have
to
a
buzz
door
up.
code.
Yeah.
And I've asked them, I was like, can I set up a door code? Like a temporary one, even for like just 2 days to have a code? And they're like, nope, we don't do that. And I was like, okay.
That's so weird. Speaking, just pivoting to something you said earlier, those like community message boards are fucking hilarious.
Hilarious. I posted one the other night while I was shit-faced because I've been trying to start a book club. And I was just like, someone read a book with me, and I got a response today that just said, fuck your book. And I was just giggling at it.
Yeah, people are just rude as shit on there. Like I feel
Oh,
like
yeah. There's a whole debate that's been going on the past couple days online that's a bunch of people arguing over the fact that someone was screaming at the security guard the other night, and they're like, there's people sticking up for the person screaming at the security guard and people sticking up for the security guard. Because what happened is there was just 2 homeless dudes bathing in our hot tub.
ew.
And the hot tub's right in the middle of the community, so like it sets off alarms past 10 o'clock, so we can all just hear it.
Oh, so they like broke in and just made the sound.
They like got in, the alarm was just going off the whole time. It was incredibly obnoxious.
Yeah, that sounds fucking annoying. I think I've annoyed my complex with that before too, because they have like an emergency shut off
Uh huh.
right next to where the button for the bubbles on the jacuzzi is.
Oh shit. They like accidentally hit it.
Yeah, I accidentally hit it, and there was just an alarm that started going off, and I just left. And I think an hour later, it was still going off. But I don't think it goes off if we're just in there. I don't know. I've never tried to go in after hours.
Mine, the alarm that goes off is from the door, so it's like when the door gets opened past 10, the alarm goes off.
What a shitty system. So you could just open the door anyway?
It's to the pool. Like the pool has a gate around
Yeah, it has a gate around it, but you could just open the door.
it. Yeah, you can open it, and then the alarm starts going off.
Why don't they just have it locked?
I guess that's what the security guard's for, but they don't do their job.
That's so fucking stupid. It's just like, all right, you better not go into the pool. You might annoy everyone. Like that. That's what's holding it back. It seems like, especially because you could totally like make that mistake, right? Like oh, let's head down to the pool. Oh, I didn't realize it's 10 o'clock, and now the whole complex is going to be up all night.
Yeah, it's like, well, this alarm's just gonna be going off all night because I didn't even realize this was a thing.
Right? But wait, anyway, what did the security guard do? Like, how did it lead to the yelling?
Apparently one of the like residents was yelling at the security guard because she didn't kick them out, and her boyfriend had to come out and deal with it. Um, and she was pissed because the security guard didn't deal with it, because what are they doing there if they're not like dealing with that kind of stuff? So she was pissed off about that, and yelling at the security guard, and the security guard was just like, I don't even know what the security guard was saying. I didn't hear the conversation, but people were just like, it's not the security guard's fault. Like, you guys shouldn't be leaving doors open so homeless people can get in. It's like, well,
Well, it's not our job to keep the building safe.
yeah, it is. We do have security, so like, why didn't they shut the door? Like,
Yeah.
kind of like it goes full circle every single time.
Yeah, it's 100% on the security.
I don't get why people were defending security at all.
Imagine if like security pulled that out, like just was like, well, you guys could do a little bit more. It's like when like a pedestrian gets hit by a car and people try to blame the pedestrian.
Yeah.
Kind of that same
Like,
situation.
yeah, they shouldn't have been walking right then, but the car could have been paying attention.
Right? Yeah. Maybe I should shut the door to the building, but is it my responsibility to? No. That's the security's responsibility.
For real.
Like, we pay to live here, they get paid to work here. That's the difference. Yeah, that's absurd.
You gotta. And that's the fun of message community boards, because it's just like, wow, you're all retarded.
Yeah, my community message board is just all like incredibly passive aggressive things, like just paragraphs of passive aggressive or just straight up aggressive complaining, and then an occasional thing where someone's trying to throw something out.
Yeah, it's like, anyone need moving boxes?
Yeah, right. I've gotten some cool stuff from like people needing to throw things out. I've never gotten any like tables or anything, but like sometimes people just like are throwing away food and they just leave it out on like a counter, and like I get some like tuna or peanut butter, which is pretty sweet. Got a box of teas too, and like tried out tea that I really liked, so that was kind of awesome. I haven't checked the message board in a while though. I remember a big one was that our trash chute kept on getting clogged because people kept on putting pizza boxes down it.
Oh, and that kind of shit, it's just like, it's labeled on the trash chute. Like, don't put big boxes down it. Like, they label it. I had that same issue a couple weeks ago where it was like labeled like, don't put boxes down it, and then it got filled to the brim because someone threw a box down there and didn't like try to like get it to go down. So everyone else is just throwing their garbage bags on top of it, / on the side of it. Like just like sitting out in the middle of like the hallway, there's just trash bags lined up, and it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like an extra problem when people just put the shit on top of it. Like they see that it's jammed and they put the shit in anyway.
Well, it's like, well, you're just making the problem worse, actually. So fuck you.
Yeah, they're like, I feel really bad for people who live like who have their units right next to the trash chute.
I'm luckily down the hall far enough, but like that day I was just like, Jesus, I would hate to be these people, because it just sucks, dude. It was lined up almost to their door.
Oh yeah, I have a feeling that usually the person who's complaining about that is the person who lives there, because I would.
I would too. I almost sent a complaint about it. Like, was like, because first of all, it was there for days. Like, where's the maintenance team?
Yeah.
showing up to fix the issue. Second of all, like, how is about before even problem? That was just annoying.
Yeah.
It was like
No.
that for days. So, like I had two trash bags just sitting in my apartment because I didn't want to be an asshole and bring them over there, but like I wasn't gonna. They're awesome.
Well, do you guys have like access to your dumpster, or no?
Um, at one spot for boxes.
Oh, so you don't actually have
It's
full access.
somewhere. Yeah, there's somewhere I can take my boxes, and I actually have two boxes just sitting in my living room right now because I haven't taken them yet from like a week ago.
I mean, I always put my boxes down the chute, but I always rip them up.
Our chute's not big enough for that because I used to do that at other places, but the one that I'm at here, like it's just not big enough for me to shove boxes down it.
Even if you rip it up?
Oh yeah, because I always do. I always just rip them apart.
Wow. Yeah, at least for us, like the room to throw the boxes in is also the same room where the dumpsters head out to, which is convenient if shit gets blocked up, but also really awful if you just need to recycle something because it smells like shit.
Oh yeah.
It's awful heading into that room. You're just surrounded by flies, and I imagine roaches and probably rats.
All sorts of things.
All sorts of things. I really feel bad for whoever has to clean out that room.
It's me.
It's you? You go in there to grab snacks.
I do. I get hungry. The roaches and flies, they sustain me.
And if you're lucky, you get a nice big juicy rat.
Mmm.
Mm.
On lucky days.
Would you ever eat a rat?
I'm trying to think if I have or not.
What do you mean if you have or not? Like,
I've eaten a lot of really weird Chinese food because when I was in high school, I took like high-level Chinese classes, and my teacher was very big on us going to like very traditional Chinese restaurants and only speaking in Chinese, which was really cool. But like, I'm trying to remember if I have. I think I've eaten dog.
they serve dog in the U.S.?
Probably not over the table, but I'm pretty sure I've eaten it. I have a very distinct memory of having eaten dog.
I heard it
Not
tastes
really
pretty
minding
good.
it. Yeah, not like I didn't really mind it.
Yeah, I heard it's actually very good tasting. I heard. I guess it depends on which
Like
bite
most
you have.
meats probably are.
What?
You know, I feel like most meats probably are if prepared well.
Probably. I heard it's like gamey, but like, I heard it's like good in a stew. Like you wouldn't grill it.
Dog stew, baby. What are you eating, sweetie? Oh, mom, it's just dog stew.
But a rat, I feel like I've seen like videos of like people in China like eating like rat, but it looks like rat when
Yeah,
it's
it looks
served.
nasty.
Like it's a whole rat plopped on the plate. I feel like you'd know if you had it.
You over expect my memory.
I guess so. I guess I do.
I have like the worst memory known to man.
But like, is it so bad that you'd forget if you ate a rat?
It's so bad that I don't know where my fucking keys are.
Well, I guess you kind of answered my question. Would you eat a rat? Yeah, I think you probably would.
I probably would.
Guess you give it a shot.
Yeah, because I'm that person. Like I'll try everything once.
I think of myself as that person, but I don't think I would go as far as rat. Because, like,
I mean, look. I mean, like, bottom line is it gets cooked, so it's not carrying all the bacteria. Maybe some of them, but not all of them.
I mean, so the thing is, like, the Chinese restaurant will probably tell you it's like a mountain rat or, like, from the countryside or something. But I have a strong feeling they just grabbed it from outside.
Picked it up off the side of the street.
Yeah.
I mean, like, see, here's the thing with me. Like, if you're gonna eat a rat, what's really the difference either way?
Well, the difference is, like, the diet. Like when it comes to, like, serving, like, bugs, right? Like, they like if you're eating crickets at a restaurant, there's, like, At least like at a Mexican place or something. Like
They got them free range crickets at the Mexican place.
yeah, they're like specifically like crickets from like
Them crickets out there,
cornfields.
they grass fed.
It makes a difference what they eat, man. I mean, if they're like if it's like a cockroach like from out in the countryside eating wheat or something, that's probably fine. But if it's like eating from your toilet bowl, like that's you probably don't want to eat that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, you make a good point. I just don't. It's not something I'd ever really ask. You know, I never really just be like, where did this cockroach come from?
Yeah, I guess so. I also wouldn't eat a cockroach. This
I
thing's
just be like, oh, they're serving cockroach. All right, I'll try one.
I've tried bugs. I won't try cockroach. I feel like that just crosses the line for
They're
me.
pretty gross.
They're disgusting.
I mean, see, the thing with bugs is that they don't really taste like a lot. It's just kind of texture.
Yeah.
Cockroaches are nasty though because they pus in your mouth.
Do they?
Yeah, like kind of pops.
Ew.
Really gross.
That sounds disgusting.
It's not my favorite.
Have you had it? You've had it?
I've had cockroach, yeah.
Were they mountain cockroach?
Nah, they were them free range cockroaches. They would eat corns and wheat.
And- yeah, free range cockroaches are just.
Cockroaches you see when you walk out on your lawn after not mowing it for a little bit, and they've got like
Yep.
weed in their mouth and a cowboy straw hat on.
Yep. Those are good
Like,
ones.
They look like what's his fucking name? Huckleberry Finn.
Yep. And them good
I'm
roaches.
talking about them Huckleberry Finn roaches. They painting fences and stuff. Them those good tasting ones. They got that muscle buildup from painting the fences.
You know, maybe those. Actually, no, I still wouldn't eat them. Like I remember, like I was in.
It's. I'd never eat another one. It's too gross.
Grasshoppers are good though. Grasshoppers taste like chips.
Grasshoppers aren't. Yeah, I kind of like grasshoppers, but that's usually because they're prepared like really fried.
Yeah, they're really fried, and you know, like
Scorpions are good.
I heard those are good. Yeah, those look
They're
good.
kind of spicy and they're really crunchy.
You know what I like? Termites.
I don't think I've ever eaten termites.
When I went to Costa Rica, like the tour guide, like just like there were some like walking along the trees, right? And he just like put his finger out and then and they walk onto your finger and you just put them into your mouth and you taste them.
Grab one and say, "Eat this bitch."
Yeah, so I give it a try and they taste like carrots.
That's super interesting, and I would not expect that.
Yeah, it's a super unique flavor. It's pretty good. And what else is good? Mealworms are also kind of good.
I've had mealworms. Mealworms are freaking yummy.
But a cockroach is crossing the line for me. I think scorpions also just kind of freak me out. But I
scary.
would try them,
It's like the idea of eating them is scary too, because it's like, am I gonna die?
right? Because like they could sting you.
No, they removed it. They removed the stinger,
They removed it, but like,
or at least they're supposed to.
yeah, you're trusting them to remove the stinger from because like if you're eating scorpions, you're eating like 20 of them, 30 of them.
Well, I've had them in like solo ways many a times.
Really? Well, I guess like bigger ones, right?
Yeah, I mean not always. Like kind of like candied ones, or like they're on top of a cocktail type beat.
I guess so. It just seems like you're putting a lot of faith in someone when you eat something that could poison you.
I mean, that's the big thing with like pufferfish, but it's like a delicacy, you know.
With pufferfish, there's only like 100 or so people on Earth who are supposed to be allowed to serve it to you.
Really?
Yeah, it's like there's like very specific chefs that are supposed to be able to are licensed to do that.
I guess good, because them shit's dangerous as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, you fuck up, you die. I guess with the scorpion, it's probably not going to kill you. I don't think they're serving that kind of scorpion anyway, right?
Sorry guys, I fucked up the pufferfish.
Yeah. Bro, I wish it was easier to prepare pufferfish because I heard it's really good.
I've heard the same. I want to try pufferfish really bad.
Me too. I went fishing in Florida, and when I was fishing there, that's all I caught was pufferfish, and I couldn't. I had to throw them all back.
Wait, when did pufferfish become popular in Florida?
I don't know if they're popular in Florida, but
Aren't they invasive?
I guess so. I didn't know that they were.
I thought they were. I might be wrong.
There's a lot of shit in Florida that's just invasive.
Yeah, because a lot of sheep switching the currents over.
Yeah, and like what's a big thing there that's invasive right now? The iguanas, right?
Yeah, amoebas.
Amoebas?
Yeah, amoebas were. They weren't originally in Florida, but they adapted to the Florida warm waters.
What kind of, like the microorganism?
Yep, ones that eat your brains.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah.
The iguanas are cool though. I like iguanas. Iguanas are like one of my favorite animals. It's kind of cool that they're in Florida.
I prefer bearded dragon.
Bearded dragon. But you know what's cool is when you're in Florida, like if you ever go back, like you see an iguana, you could just kill it. And, yeah, you could, because they're invasive. So like any one that you see, you could just kill it on sight. There's like videos of like people in parks like just like swinging them onto, like grabbing them and like swinging them onto like swing sets and stuff, like smacking them against the ground. I mean, I don't want to torture the iguana, but I heard that iguana tail, you could eat it.
You're not really torturing them if you just smack them, like they're just kind of dead.
I mean, you kind of are. I mean, you got to give it a good smack.
Yeah, maybe not your toddler throwing it, but like if you do it, you'll probably succeed.
Yeah, maybe.
I'd hope so.
They're so chill though. I'd have so much trouble killing an iguana. They're just too chill.
They're aggressive.
What?
They're not chill.
They're so chill.
They just hunt you.
What are you talking about?
They're like geese. Like if you get too close to them, they will just run at you.
No, they just run away. I've gotten close to them. They just run away.
We've experienced different kinds of iguanas.
Yeah, I guess we have. For me, like iguanas, like I just equate them with like sunbathing. They just go out, they sunbathe, and they just hang out by you. And if you get a little bit too close, then they scurry off. That's my experience with iguanas. They've chased you.
Yeah, plenty of times.
That's so interesting.
They're little assholes.
Yeah, I never saw them as aggressive. They're just like too chill. But I want to try eating their tail.
I'll help you.
Okay, let's go to Florida.
One's so hard it just flies off of its tail.
Just eat it right off. I bet you they can detach their tails. If you grab it, like a salamander or something.
And a rabbit. Rabbits can do that.
Rabbits can do that?
Yeah, it's horrifying. They just start bleeding everywhere.
I did not know rabbits could do that. That sounds awful.
I learned that from experience.
Do they regrow their tail? Probably not, right?
I mean, I didn't really check, but I know that they can just kind of just detach them on a whim and just bleed out everywhere.
Did you double check that, or did you just rip a rabbit's tail off?
So in high school, me and my friends used to we would collect baby. We had this every spring, there would be a litter of baby rabbits under our cafeteria, and we'd just go collect them and bring them into the cafeteria and just let them loose.
That sounds so hectic.
It was hilarious. Somewhere on my phone or Alice's phone, there's videos of it. But and it's not like we were holding them down or pulling on their tails, but they just randomly start bleeding everywhere, and we'd always just be like, "What the fuck? Where did this come from?" And then we'd realize that they're bleeding from their tail, and that their tails just kind of tore off as a defense mechanism.
That's so crazy. That's such a crazy way to learn about that.
It was horrifying. I was just like, what the fuck?
So you're getting blood all over the cafeteria?
Did we just murder these things? What is happening? Yeah, they were just bleeding everywhere. It was hilarious.
But did the school ever catch you?
They caught us for worse shit.
What's the worst thing they caught you for?
When we planted a shitload of caterpillars inside of our air vents for
Oh,
a senior prank, and then like a couple weeks later, they all hatched out of their cocoons and were just flooding school.
that's
That was a good one.
that's actually sick though. That's actually really cool.
Oh yeah, we got up to some shit, dude.
I
Like
don't,
no mercy, we were just doing some bullshit.
and you guys were just doing that on a random ass day too.
Oh no, the butterflies was our senior prank.
Oh, that was your senior prank?
Yeah, but the rabbits and stuff, that was just like random days after school when we knew the rabbits were out there.
Interesting. Yeah, I heard of like a senior prank for my high school. Like I think it was a year or two before I got there. But you know, there's this like wet market or something in Jersey where they sell live chickens and live ducks.
Oh boy.
And they just and the building, like the school is like 4 stories tall and there's like an elevator. And what they did is they bought a bunch of the chickens and let them loose in the elevator and just press buttons for all the floors. So they all got off on different floors
That's pretty hype.
and just wandered to school. Yeah, but it's not as like crazy as the fucking caterpillars, I don't think. They're just chickens, you know?
That's like my magnum opus. This is like an idea I fucking came up with for a senior prank. And didn't really tell anyone about it except for a friend group, so it was like only like me and my friends knew about them, but we didn't know when they were coming out.
That's so fucking sick. So
We
what
didn't plan that far ahead, so it was just kind of random. Like a couple weeks later, all these fucking butterflies just started emerging.
was it
like,
towards the end of
trickled
the
at
year?
first. It was a few of them. Yeah, it was close to the end of our senior year.
So like just a couple butterflies in class and the teachers were like, what the fuck is this?
What the fuck? And then like a couple days later, they swarmed everywhere.
Did it make like the classrooms unusable?
Not really. They kind of just like they flew towards the windows, and like the school was pretty good about getting them out decently enough for how many we planted.
How,
There were
what,
dead butterflies kind of everywhere.
yeah, that's kind of nasty. Where'd you find all the caterpillars though?
Bug store,
Oh, you just bought them?
yeah, bait shop
Bait shop. People use caterpillars as bait?
in Colorado, I guess.
Oh, I guess so, because like there it's not like sea fishing, it's river fishing. You use bugs for that. I thought people did.
Again, which is funny. I'm sure someone else has done that before.
The caterpillar thing?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't
There's
know.
no way I'm the only person that's come up with that. There's no way.
Let me see. What would we call that? Caterpillar in the air vent prank?
Maybe butterfly senior prank.
Let me look it up.
Maybe
Butterfly.
caterpillar senior prank, or just caterpillar vent prank.
I see one for a fake butterfly. Wait, let me see about this one. Yeah, I can't see. No, I think you're the only one who's done it.
There's no way.
I don't see anybody. Like, I looked it up, butterflies in your prank, and there's nothing that's coming up. But I think it's also just because of, like, Google kind of, like, sanitizing things, because it's all stuff like senior pranks that won't get you in trouble. Try this fake butterfly prank.
Yeah, I guess could be.
Yeah, who knows? Anyways, I think that's a good place to leave it off for tonight. It is getting late, and we are approaching an hour.
Hey, yo.
So, thanks for joining us on the Oddcast. We'll catch you guys next week.
Bye-bye.